Hello, welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I am working on 52 favorite everyday photos and Scraptember. This is an everyday photo. This picture of my husband's combat boots where he's currently deployed. And I have for Scraptember, today is the 15th, so our prompt is puffy stickers. And I have the black ones here, and I thought I pulled out another set somewhere. Hearts, they're hearts somewhere. Here we go. And some puffy stickers from Doodlebug Design in kind of a gold-ish craft color. I am also working with my September counterfeit kit. I don't do videos for that, but you can find me over at the Facebook community group, and you can see my kit on Instagram. I'll link my Instagram account down there below. This is also one of the 31 days of cut files with MK and Janet that they did in August. I did not get as much done as I had hoped, so, you know, I'm just going to have to suck it up and work on some more of these. My white cardstock, I have drawn the outline of the cut file, and I will erase this before inking, but I've got Paintbrush Studio Persimmon ink and a Vicky Bouton stencil. I think that's from Sweet Rush. I've got the stickers and a couple of pattern papers from my kit that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to pause, I'm going to get started, and I will be right back. So as I said, I will erase the pencil marks before inking. And I do this because I have found out the hard way that if you ink over the pencil lines, they cannot be erased. And it's okay if you can completely cover them, but sometimes you can't. The little thing that I was using on my desk to clean up the pencil eraser shavings was just my little desk vacuum, cute little thing. So I am just kind of lining up the stencil as much as possible, checking where my pencil marks were, because I can see them even if you can't. They're a little hard to see underneath the stencil, but I do pretty good at just stenciling around the perimeter of that cut file. I will also add some splatters towards the end. I don't think I do that part on camera, but I do add some blue splatters to kind of bring out some of the blue in the collection, which I do add on here. And say hello to Miss Penny, who likes to lick ink pads, which I kind of don't find amusing because who knows if they'll make her sick or not. I have to really watch her when I'm using ink. I am just, like I said, getting around the perimeter of the stencil. There's a little kind of spot that I missed up there on top, so I'm just adding a little bit more. I do have some movement in there because it shadowed a little bit, but that's okay. And again, here's Penny enjoying my desktop. I am finished backing that cut file. I did not back it on camera, obviously, but I did it off, and I used the pattern papers and some of the cards, the cut apart cards, to back it, which of course makes it really pretty, and I like how that looks. I've popped it up with some foam adhesive, and I'm going to glue that down here. I know that you're probably thinking, this is a masculine layout. Why do you have flowers on it? Well, because I wanted to put flowers on it, and he doesn't care. So I will trade out this photo because I decided that it was too large, and the orientation was wrong from the first time I printed it, so I am going to swap that out. First, I'm going to fussy cut this globe icon out of this pocket card. This is one of the only ways that I actually use cut-aparts or pocket cards anymore, either as a journaling block or to fussy cut the icons out for embellishments. Of course, I did use one of them, the green on my cut apart, or on my cut file, is a cut apart as well. It's the bottom half of where the 10 and the everyday moments came from. I did leave a little bit of navy blue border around that globe, and I did not cut a lot of the small details. I just cut around them. I am going to go ahead and put my title on here using these small foam alphas in navy. I'm going to put it kind of there at the top of that calendar thing, and it says, it's going to say countdown time. And what I'm counting down to at this point in time is my husband coming home from his deployment permanently. He's been back and forth a lot these last few months. He had some use or lose leave that he was able to use up so that he doesn't lose it. He still has 4 or 5 days of that he is going to lose, but you know, it is what it is. So at least I've gotten to see him more often during this deployment than I normally would during a deployment. Normally, with a deployment, you get 1 week of R&R and that's it. And sometimes they don't even do that. They'll do block leave at the end. All right, so Jasper thinks it's cool to sit right on top of my layout. Yeah, he's being a pain in the neck a little bit. But I am kind of using my powder tool to take the sticky off some of the stickers that I'm planning on using on this layout. I'm going to be pulling some hearts. I pulled the banner that says Big Dreams with a bird and a bunch of the little hearts, which are really cute, and I really enjoyed using those up here. Of course, the prompt for Scraptember is puffy stickers, and I'm going to come back in now that I've removed a kitty cat from my desktop and reprinted my photo. I'm going to start getting some of the other elements on here. I did put foam adhesive on the bird with the banner, and I'm going to cut one of these cards down so that I can use it to mat, and I will, if I haven't already, I will trim down the photo. It's a 3x4 at this point, so I am hoping, yeah, there I go. I'm going to trim it down just a tad so that it'll fit on top of that pocket card as a mat. And so the other way that I tend to use pocket cards is to mat photos with them if I can. All right, I had to pause my voiceover a little bit, and just in case you're wondering, my cats don't only bother me when I'm recording, they bother me when I'm trying to do other things as well, you know, such as a voiceover. I had to pause because they were making a whole bunch of noise, little stinkers. So I'm adding some foam adhesive to the back of the photo. It's sitting up on top of the cut file, which means if I didn't put the foam adhesive on that right hand side, it would have been it wouldn't have been level. And so that's what I did there. I'm gonna put the everyday moments up there, and it's kind of gonna be a subtitle or a main title. I don't know, you choose. Countdown time is kind of what I was calling it, but this is an everyday moment. It's just my husband walking around during his deployment, and I requested a photo of his feet on the ground for this layout. I know, crazy that we do that, huh? So now I'm adding the puffy stickers. I used hearts from the sticker sheet, the cardstock sticker sheet, but I'm using stars and hearts from the puffy stickers, just kind of trying to make sure that I get enough elements on here. The hearts, of course, is because that man has my heart forever and ever and ever. So I wanted to use those. And then the stars to kind of mimic the star on the calendar. I am trying to put a date on that star. I don't like how that looks, so I'm going to move things around. There I go, tap my fingers. That usually means I'm not happy with something or I'm thinking about something. So I took off the sticker that says yay. And now I am going to change where I put the date. It's just going to say 10/25. I cannot show on camera the exact date, even if I had it, which I don't really have an exact date yet. We have a window of time when he's returning, just sometime next month. You know how it is. And this is not your typical deployment where I'm not allowed to say things like that on camera, so I'm comfortable with telling you that he'll be home next month sometime. It's OPSEC is not an issue with this particular deployment. And if you are a military wife gasping because I said this much, it's no worries. I actually have permission for this, so not a big deal. I am trimming out a couple more of the pocket cards. The one with the stars that look like labels on it, I'm going to use that to actually journal. And I'm going to cut it apart and make little journaling bits out of it. And I did this on another layout with this collection earlier this month. I think that one actually had hearts on the little labels. This one has the stars. So I've got those on here. I'm pretty happy with placement so far. Kind of clearing off my desk, and I think we're done here. All right, I got this layout completely finished. I'm pretty happy with the way that it turned out off camera. I finished gluing things down, getting a little bit more foam adhesive in various places. Put some liquid glue underneath those puffy stickers because, as you probably know, they don't stick or stay well. So that was a way for me to make sure that they stayed. I got my journaling on there. I did some splatters with Uncharted Mariner. Everything else you saw me do on camera. So that is awesome. If you, I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe to my channel. If you are new here, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Make sure that you check out that description box below for the 52 favorite everyday photos playlist and the Scraptember playlist. You guys have a great rest of your Monday and a great week. Bye.